No.
How's it going?
Fine. Everyone, you're going to have to bear with us. It's a bit chaotic in our house. We've got two kids at home. We've warned them, but they may call out, walk past. Who knows what could happen?
Loving your new office.
Yeah.
So Lisa's stuck up on our landing.
Actually, it works quite
But
well because I was working off our dining room table, and it's a bit of a pain, like closing down the workstation, but we don't want that on our dining room table all the time. So we've got wasted space, haven't we, on top of our landing. So we've got a desk and my setup up there now. So it works fine. It's a little
yeah, and
bit
I'm in the
more
man
communal area, so there's a bit of interruption sometimes.
I'm in the man cave, and you can't bear being with me all day tapping away. So works well. So yeah, we're going to talk about goal setting for 2026, and we done a bit, didn't we, just after Christmas or just beginning of 2026. And something I was a bit like, oh, I don't know whether I want to do it, but you said, come on, let's do it. Went through some stuff, and we both come away like really, it was really insightful, wasn't it? And
Definitely.
come away with some gold nuggets. So you're just going to explain something painters can do. And it's no woo-woo rubbish. It's just practical advice, isn't it? How to
Yeah, definitely. And
have a
just,
good year.
I know obviously, new year, new you. It's not about that. It's a bit more practical. So I just feel like it's a bit easier to stick to than your usual New Year's resolutions. I just quite like the format of it, and we found it really useful, so we thought it'd be good to share it with you guys.
Yeah. And we've been doing it daily now, bits and bobs, and it's really beneficial. So where do we start?
Well, where we started when we were doing it, I've seen this on Mel Robbins, I've seen it in a few different places, so you may have seen it on your browsing, but it's basically reflecting back on last year, 2025, and the way that it was recommended to do it, which I was like, oh, I don't take many photos, I don't think this is going to work. But you literally go back through your camera roll, and I was surprised how many photos I actually did take, because Gary's more the photo taker. You literally go through the whole camera roll for 2025, and you make a note of every single significant memory or happy memory, significant moment, somewhere nice you visited, a special time you spent with a friend or family member. My list, literally, I had 3 pages worth of amazing memories, and I knew I'd had a good year, but it was so special, sort of reflecting over it and remembering everything that I'd done. It made me feel really good, really grateful to everything that I've had and achieved and done.
Yeah, I mean, not just what you do in your personal life, but even work-wise, sometimes Christmas time, January can be a little bit quiet, but when you reflect back, you can see the amazing jobs you've done, how much you've achieved. We're always talking about brush wizards, or I am, next stages and stuff like that. But, look at what we did last year. It was surprising. So I think it gives you good energy to reflect back and just see what you've done, knowing that you have come a long way. But sometimes, at the beginning of the year when it's horrible outside and perhaps you ain't got as much work or there's not much going on socially, so you've done it all over Christmas, you can forget how far you've come. So it's a good exercise, isn't it?
Yeah, it just helps keep you a bit like motivated and grateful for everything you have got. And that's the most important thing, isn't it? Because, like you said, when it's dark and dingy and you're a bit skint and whatever else, it can make you feel a bit gloomy. So it's good to look at the positives.
Yeah. So reflect back on last year, go through your camera roll, list it all out. Yeah,
Or
it was
go
a
back
great
through your
exercise.
diary, remembering the jobs that you did,
Yeah.
jobs that you loved, jobs that went really well, jobs that you got a tip, a customer that you like. Reflect on what sort of customer you enjoyed working for and try and aim to get that kind of customer for this year, things like that. It's quite good to reflect, isn't it?
Yeah. I said before we come on, like, I'm going to relate it back to decorating as much as possible to help our community. Something you just said then about jobs that you've done well. If you took loads of photos, it could be a nice refresher, sort of getting back in touch with these customers saying, I was just looking at my past year. I really enjoyed your job. Here's the photos I took. It was a pleasure to work for you. Not salesy, but that might prompt them to think, I'll get Gary back again, to do a bedroom or something.
Yeah, or recommend
Could be some,
to somebody else.
yeah,
So you're sort of fresh in the mind again.
yeah,
So yeah, all of this stuff that we're talking about is really great for your life in general, but you can definitely just specifically look at work if you choose to. So the next exercise that we did, you had to think about what do you want to carry on doing in 2025. So what worked well for you in 2025? Did you do your exercise that you'd promised yourself? Did you write your quotes up within 3 days of promising you would get them done? Anything that worked well, what do you want to carry on doing in 2026? It's really good just to think about everything that you were doing successfully, personally, in relationships, in work, everything. So you can really have them at the forefront of your mind to take in to carry on doing them in 2026.
Yeah. And it may be like short term, you don't get rewards from it as such, but long term, it could compound,
Yeah, definitely.
So it's, yeah, like I say, whether it's relationships or stuff you do with your kids or family, just be consistent in it.
Yeah, like for example, I was really good towards, most of the year to be fair, but particularly towards the sort of second half of the year, I was doing really well with my exercise. I was had my walking pad, I was doing walking, a little weights workout. I've got one of those vibration plates, nothing naughty. And I was doing a workout on that. So I definitely want to continue doing that because I managed to find a routine that I could make it work, and I'm going to continue doing that, and it's very easy.
Yeah, you put me to shame, Lisa, and obviously I see the change in you, so that's something I've implemented to start this year, and we're going to encourage each other, aren't we, to keep doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the next exercise was, what do you want to leave behind in 2025? So think about all your bad habits, the things you didn't do, things that you really want to change. Really sort of give good thought to it and think, right, I'm making the active decision not to take that into 2026. So for me, one of my massive problems is wasting time on the phone. I find myself scrolling and getting lost in my phone. I want it to stop. So the steps I'm taking to improve that, you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you, I don't know how I can show this. I've set it up.
Can't see it from here, but it might do when we download it.
I've set it up. I don't know if that's going to show, but I click the button at the side of my phone 3 times and it goes black and white. Now, obviously, phones are set up to be a dopamine hit, aren't they? With all the bright colours, they want you to scroll in, they're addictive. If it's set to black and white, it's not tempting. And I might allow myself a little bit of time in the day and I can put the colour back on, but otherwise it's going to be black and white, so I'm not tempted. I've put a do not disturb on my phone because I think a big problem for me was when our daughter was in Japan or America. I wanted to keep checking, I wanted to be available in case she sent a message. And then as soon as you sort of look at your phone, you might look at something else. So it's off throughout the day, I don't need it, and I've set it so I can only be disturbed by my immediate family members. Anybody else, they'll have to wait until it's a convenient time, you know.
Yeah, for me, as you know, definitely scrolling far too much. And my new habit is, if I'm on it, what am I actually doing, and can I do something work related? Because then that's fine.
Yeah.
Like you say, if you're a painter and you're just scrolling on your break, why not just take a picture of your van or picture of your job or whatever, and just go chat GPT, do a quick write up, and do that every single day, you know, rather than just wasting it looking at other people's stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And it basically sort of encourages you to obviously think of all of the things, but if there's one specific thing that was mine, then focus on that to make sure that particular one doesn't happen. And hopefully everything else you remember and not do as well, but it might just be easier to concentrate on one at a time. So the next exercise was the Wheel of Life, and this is something that Gary has done with you guys before in the group, and with Jane, who is our Quest cognitive hypnotherapist. Yeah, so she did an exercise. You can find this on, is it in the guides section on the Facebook group?
Check. I'm sure it is in guides, but if not, we'll certainly put it in.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. I'm sure it is, yeah.
Or you can actually email me at lisa@brushwizards.co.uk and I can happily send it over to you. Or you can just use a notepad for this exercise and just jot it down. But it's encouraging you to think about different areas in your life and marking it from 0 to 10. 0 being not happy, not fulfilled, not doing enough of what you want to do. 10 being super happy, everything is going really well. And the areas that it gets you to look at, you've got health and physical body, personal development, fun and adventure, physical environment, romantic relationships, job and career, money and finances, and then family and friends. So health and physical body, pretty self-explanatory. It's any goals that you have, if you want to lose weight, if you want to tone up, if you want to cut back on alcohol or stop drinking alcohol completely, if you want to drink more water. They're just some examples. I keep seeing the screen lagging and my face freezing in a funny...
I know. I'm hoping when it's downloaded it resyncs. You look a bit of a robot right now.
Yeah. And then we have personal development.
Oh, it's working now. Yeah. You're back.
Yay. Personal development, which can be things that you want to achieve in your life, like you might want to do some training on a new skill. You might want to work on your mental health if you're suffering with anxiety. Working with a therapist or finding ways that you can manage things. It's just working on your own personal development. Is there anything you want to add before I go on to the next topics? Or
No, I think go through all the topics and then I'll just reflect on slightly on what I did.
Fun and adventure. Just have a look at your life and think about, you know, what fuels your fire, what makes you happy, what would you like to do more of, what are you really happy in your life and what are you not. So it's just giving you a way to think about that. Your physical environment, how happy are you with the state of your home? Is it clean and tidy? Is it clutter free? Have you got a space that you can do your quotes and think about work, that's sort of an environment that's quite inviting and it's basically how sort of safe and secure you feel in your home, things like that. Then we have romantic relationships. How happy are you in your romantic relationship? What do you want more of? What is working? What isn't working? Are you single? Do you want to be single? Do you want to look for love? It's just it gives you a focus on what you might want to start thinking about for this year to improve things. Then there's job and career. Over to you, Gary. This would be a good one for you to talk about because you can relate more.
Yeah, I mean, how many ideas have I come up with? Always painting and decorating, but I was always looking at other stuff to do. So over the years, we did exterior cleaning, didn't we? Just to add a different string to our bow, resin floors. I've always looked at other stuff. So just to give you it, just from the different categories you explain about fun and personal development and all the rest of it, if you're just stuck in a rut, just doing the same jobs week in, week out, not specializing in anything, it kind of affects all the other areas of your life. Equally, if you're unfit, it's going to affect many of those categories on the wheel of life as well. So it's all about a balance. And just like I say, with career and stuff, I've been painting obviously a long time, but I've always, haven't I, looked at other stuff to kind of just expand my brain and horizons and stuff. And I think there's opportunities for painters and decorators to do that, to add more skills, to diverse a little bit. And you need it, I believe, to keep saying, if you keep doing the same stuff every year, you're going to get bored with it. And then that's a knock-on effect to relationships, to finances.
Well, not necessarily. Some people love it. It's their passion.
Yeah, of course.
They don't feel the need to have something else. But yeah.
But you can still be a painter and decorator. But if you're earning more as a painter and decorator, it's going to be even more enjoyable, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So it's just looking at those little tweaks in life, and it's such a good exercise.
Definitely. Then it comes to money and finances. So obviously at the moment everyone's struggling. It's harsh out there. It's everyone's being very competitive with their prices. Everything's expensive, going up in price. So it's just looking at your finances, where you're at with them. Have you got debt? Have you got credit cards? How can you start getting on top of these? Are you doing really well? And you just want to think of a little side hustle to have a bit more disposable income. It gets you sort of thinking about where you're at with your finances, how happy you are. And
just quickly on that point, sorry, a few wizards mentioned tax digital, to all this new changes, whatever else. And let's be honest, us two, it's only over the last few years we've been a lot better with our money and got systems and accounting software and putting X amount aside each month, which has massively changed us, hasn't it? So all that kind of area needs to be looked at, and we're going to get our accountant in to talk about making tax digital or whatever it is. Luckily he deals with it, but that's just one aspect of it.
Yes, and then the last area on the wheel of life is family and friends. So looking at how happy are you in your relationships with all your family friends? Are you doing enough with them? Do you feel fulfilled in these relationships? Do you need to set boundaries in the relationships? Is there anybody that's a bit negative and sort of taking from you and you're not getting that sort of fulfilled relationship that you should be getting from them?
Yeah, energy vampires.
And then once you've worked out 0 to 10 on all of these areas, you should sort of get a feel, okay, well, either it's all very balanced, great, but you should sort of get an idea if there are things you want to work on or keep doing. But there might be something that's very lacking compared to everything else. So that can be your priority. You can think, okay, so actually I'm really struggling with my health at the moment, my mental health, my physical health. That's way down. So that has got to be one of my priorities going into this year that I need to think about. So I need to book some therapy sessions. I need to get an exercise plan together. I need to look at what I'm eating. It just will
Yeah.
hopefully
And
it's just quite a good exercise to do to get an idea of what you
yeah,
need to focus on.
yeah. And also, I think people fall into the trap of not really knowing what's wrong with themselves and just being a bit fed up, bit flat. So after this exercise, you're going to know what areas you are struggling in, and it will make sense. Focus on where you're struggling, and then all the other areas should sort of start to change as well.
Yeah.
So it's brilliant, and we'll make sure like there's an attachment or it's in the group and all the stuff relevant to it.
Yes, definitely. So after this exercise, you're then encouraged to write your 2026 goal list.
See our dog, Ivy. What are you doing?
I hope you can't see that pile
Yeah.
of washing that's just waiting there to go in. Yes, you're encouraged to write your 2026 goal list. Now you can work from the exercise you just did because you've highlighted what you want to do or might want to do, or just literally brain dump everything, every aspect of your life, anything you want to achieve this year. Write it down, doesn't matter how big, how small, how realistic, unrealistic. Just put it all down so you can really get a feel for how you want your year to look.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Write down your top ones you want to do.
Yes, well, from that list, you're then encouraged to identify your 3 top priorities. And they're the things that you really focus on the most, and how you're going to like break it down, how you're going to make that goal happen.
Yeah. Perfect.
So, well, for example, health. Mine is I want to be slimmer, more toned. I want to be strong. I want to be healthy. I want to future-proof my body. I want to be able to be, alive, well.
That'd be preferable,
When my grandkids come, I want to be able to get down and play with them. If I fall, I want to be able to get up. I want to future-proof, get strong, So I can say, okay, well, I need to lose weight and I need to exercise, but that isn't going to make that goal happen. I need to break it down. So I need to make that happen, I need to wake up at 6 and I need to do my exercise as soon as I wake up, because if I leave it till later in the day, I never do it. Or it's hit and miss. It's hit and miss because life gets in the way, I get busy, it doesn't happen. So for me, I know I have to get up at 6 and I have to do that exercise. I've got a dog, I can go for dog walks. I've put in place the exercise that I love to do now. I say I love to do, but it works for me, rather than committing to go to a class that I don't like and I don't want to go out in the cold, I don't want to get in the car. I'm doing it all from home, so I'm making it work for me, what I like, what I enjoy, and my circumstances.
Yeah, and like you say, we all want short-term gratification, but you're not going to get it. It's got to be in a long-term vision for what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
With everything in life, isn't it?
Yes. And then the last exercise is basically thinking about these goals that you have. It could be from your long list and also obviously your priority list, but you think about the year in terms of quarters, and you think about what would work best when to do these goals. So for example, January to March, it's the dark winter months. You don't go out as much. You're trying to save a bit of money. It's sort of months that you can sort of take a step back and do the groundwork for the rest of the year. I'm trying to think of an example.
Well, examples being, like you say, if you've not got much in the calendar, you're paying off some bills or whatever. So for exercise, for example, it's a good time to start, isn't it? Because you're not...
Time to start. So when you emerge in the sunshine,
yeah,
you
exactly.
feel better about yourself.
Yeah. I was, again, thinking out aloud for painters. So, look at all your socials, your Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. Is it up to date? getting them all straight, getting a website done if that's what you need to get done, just getting everything in order, because you're soon going to be really, really busy again, and all that stuff sort of goes. Updating your database with all past customers, collating all their emails, stuff like that. Just doing admin tasks.
Getting all the
Get
sort
it
of
get it out of the way.
gritty bits done where you're not going out as much, possibly because it's not nice weather. Get your house sorted, declutter, and get your garden straight. So when spring, summer comes, your garden's ready to sit in, and you'll feel good about it. Get all this stuff done so when the nice warm months are there, the longer days, you can spend more time relaxing with friends, family, enjoying going out for walks, going out for day trips, and you're not bogged down then thinking, oh, I need to do this decorating or declutter, or because it's all done in the quieter months.
Yeah, a couple of points there. Decluttering, we've been doing a lot, haven't we? Does make you feel so much better to be straight, whether that's at home, whether that's your paperwork or whatever. And something else that come to mind, and I never really looked at it before, but if I ever do any decorating at home, which is rare, it's always before Christmas, isn't it? Because that's when it's perhaps slightly quieter, or I've got a bit more time off. So you think last year I did our living room and dining room.
Yeah.
Sorry, the year before last year, done all our kitchen. Whereas summer months, there's no way I'm working
No.
and then coming over and painting. Get those horrible jobs out of the way, which you never want to do. It's a good time.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it basically. So just in summary, it's just thinking about things that you did well last year and that you want to carry on doing, things that you really didn't like that you were doing or you didn't like about yourself. It's thinking about leaving them behind, and every decision you make, am I moving more towards the person I want to be or more towards the person I don't want to be, and just...
Yeah, and it's like we done an exercise before, perhaps it's for another chat, but how your future self looks and how you present yourself and how your environment looks. And then each day when you're about to do something, question yourself whether your future self would kind of want to be doing it. So whatever stuff you want to give up from last year, that's not going to create your future self. So it's just having that in mind, if you decide to, I don't know, we like a drink or whatever, but if it's unnecessary, would your future self want to be doing that? Or do you see yourself as a different person? And one thing I would say as well, like last year when we reflected back on that, we achieved so much and done so much, and yet we could have done so much more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing what you can fit into a year and how quickly your life can change if you focus big time on it.
And on the flip side, how quickly the year goes and you haven't achieved anything that you wanted to do because you've just sort of not really
Drifted.
had a focus. Yeah, you just drifted day to day, just surviving, which is, sometimes you do need to do that, don't get me wrong. It depends what's going on in your life. But if you can stay focused as much as you can, where you can, then you're just going to achieve even more, which is obviously amazing.
Definitely. Well, that's almost half an hour, Lisa. I think that's some good nuggets from here.
Yeah.
What we're going to try and do, like one a month, us two, just sort of having a chat about what we're doing and how stuff we're implementing, how it's perhaps helping our lives.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Now it
Let's
can
not
help.
commit to an amount. It may be more, it may be less. It depends if we've got
Yeah,
some
yeah.
good stuff to talk about. But at least
Well,
one a month, yeah.
Yeah, depends if we get 2 views or 200, I guess.
True. Well, anyway, I hope it was
All right.
useful for you. We found it really useful, and that's why we just thought it'd be great to share it with you, because, like we said, it can be used for you personally, or for work, or for everything. And yeah, we
Yeah.
found it really useful.
100%. Okie dokie. Speak to you later. Bye.